Hello class, this is section 11.9, solving probability problems by using combinations. So let's take a look at what this section is all about. So here we have an example with a committee of 3 women. A club consists of 4 men and 5 women. 3 members are to be selected at random to form a committee. What is the probability that the committee will consist of 3 women? All right, so let's see. The key word here is that there are, or key phrases are, there's 4 men and there's 5 women, and we're selecting 3 members. And they want to know, what is the probability that the committee will consist of 3 women? All right, so this is a classic probability. So let's go to the next slide and take a look at this. So we got 4 men and 5 women. We got 4 men, 5 women. We want to know what the probability of selecting 3 women is. So the probability of selecting 3 women, let's see, so we need the total number of three member committees in the denominator, total number of 3 committees, 3 member committee. That's the denominator. And then numerator is going to be the number of possible committees with 3 women. Number of possible committees with 3 women. All right, so let's focus on the denominator first. So if there are a total of 4 men and 5 women, that means there's a total of 9 people. So that's going to be 9 choose, and since we're choosing 3, a committee of 3, that means 9 choose 3. All right, and let's see, and now we have to focus on what's the number of possible committees with 3 women? Well, there's 5 women to select from, so that would be 5, and we're choosing 3 of them. So that would be it right there. That's the answer. So if you use your calculators to solve this, let's see what we get with the calculators. For the 5 choose 3, I'm getting 10. And for 9 choose 3, I'm getting 42. I'm sorry, 84. But if you divide by 2, that's where you get the 42 that I was referring to. And that is the final answer. So that would be the probability of selecting 3 women. All right, let's look at problem number 2. All right, DVD selection. Jennifer has 4 Scooby-Doo DVDs, 5 Magic School Bus DVDs, and 3 Bob the Builder DVDs. If Jennifer randomly selects 4 DVDs for her children to take on a road trip, determine the probability that no Scooby-Doo DVDs are selected. Okay, so here are the key phrases. We have 4 Scooby-Doos, we have 5 Magic School Bus, and 3 Bob the Builders. All right, and she's randomly selecting 4 DVDs. All right, we want to know what the probability is that no Scooby-Doos will be selected. So let's take a look at that on the next slide. So we got 4 Scooby-Doos, 4 Scoobies. We got 5 Magic School Buses. And we got 3 Bob the Builders. So we want to know what the probability of no Scoobies. All right, and we're selecting 4 DVDs. So that's going to be, the denominator is going to be the total number of ways to select 4 DVDs. And the numerator will be the number of ways to select no Scooby-Doos. All right, so let's focus on the denominator first. So that's going to be, all right, so we have a total of 4, 5, and 3. That's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12 DVDs total. So from the 12, we're choosing 4 of them. So 12 choose 4 goes in the denominator. And for the numerator, how many ways can you select no Scooby-Doos? So how many non-Scooby-Doos are there? It looks like there's 8, 5 Magic and 3 Bobs. So that's 8 DVDs to choose from because we're not considering those. So it's going to be 8 choose, and since we're selecting 4 DVDs, it's going to be 8 choose 4. Once again, you can use your calculators for this. 8 choose 4 on the calculator is giving me 70. And 12 choose 4 is giving me 495. All right, and now if you simplify, you can divide by 5, I believe. Yeah, 5, 5. Let's see what we get. We should get 14 over 99. And if you don't have a calculator to do these type of problems, we can do this by hand. So 8 choose 4, for example, would be done this way. 8 choose 4 if you don't have a calculator. So remember the formula. N choose r is n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. So in this case, you have 8 factorial over 8 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial, which is 8 factorial over 4 factorial, 4 factorial. And remember, you can write this down until you get to 4 factorial. I stop at 4 factorial so that I can cancel. So I'm going to cancel 4 factorial. I have 3 times 2, which is 6. That cancels out the 6, and I have a 4, which goes into 8 twice. So now if you multiply 7, 5, and 2, you get 70. And that was the answer. So 8 choose 4 is 70. So you can also do it by hand. 8 choose 4 is 70. You can do this the same exact way. You get 495. All right, let's look at the follow-up question. I believe there's a follow-up question, to that same problem. It says, what's the probability that at least one Scooby-Doo DVD is selected? So this key phrase, at least one, is very important. In probability, whenever you see the phrase at least one, you should always think of this. The probability of at least one is equal to 1 minus the probability of none. All right. And in this case, since they're referring to Scooby-Doo, they mean no Scooby-Doos. So no Scooby. So the probability of getting at least one Scooby-Doo video, is 1 minus the probability of getting no Scooby-Doo videos. And we already have this answer. We got this from the previous problem. The probability of getting no Scooby-Doo videos is 14 out of 99. So that would be 1 minus 14 over 99. So that's why they always kind of do this. They'll ask you what's the probability of no Scooby-Doos or no something or none. And then they'll follow that up with what about at least one? So at least one will always equal to 1 minus none. And so that's why they follow it up, because you have just done this problem in the previous part, and now you can use it to solve this problem. All right, and then remember that technique that I showed you? Whenever you have a fraction, a whole number minus a fraction, or 1 minus a fraction, you can always change the 1 to be a fraction with the same denominator as the fraction that you're subtracting from. In this case, you want 99 over 99. That is equal to 1. And the reason I did that is so now I have a common denominator. So 99 take away 14 is going to be 85 over 99. All right, and so that will do it. That is a probability of getting at least one Scooby-Doo video if you're selecting 4. All right, let's see if there's a follow-up. There is a follow-up question, part C. What's the probability of selecting 2 Scooby-Doo DVDs and 2 Magic School Bus DVDs? So let's take a look. So the probability of getting 2 Scoobies and 2 Magic School Bus DVDs is going to be, well, we still have a total of 12. Wait, was it 12? 4, 5, and 3. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that is 12. We still have 12 to select from. And we are choosing 4 DVDs. So this doesn't change. Now, the probability of getting 2 Scoobies and 2 Magic School Buses would be, well, how many Scooby-Doo videos are there? There are 4 Scooby and 5 Magic. So 4 Scooby and 5 Magic. 4 Scoobies, 5 Magic School Buses. So from the 4, we want to select 2. So 4 choose 2. Times, because of the counting principle, from the 5 Magic School Buses, we want to select 2 of those. So 5 choose 2. So this is basically the answer. Now you can use your calculators, or if you don't have one, you can always do this by hand using the formula. So 4 choose 2 turns out to be 6. 5 choose 2 turns out to be 10. You guys can verify that. And 12 choose 4, we've already done that on the calculator. It's 495. All right, so that's going to be 60 out of 495. All right, so now we can simplify this by, let's go by 5s. So if you divide by 5, you're going to get 12 over 99. Then you can divide by 3. You get 4 over 33, which is the final answer. 4 over 33. And that concludes this section.